Previously on Empire of Ghouls.
Fuck you. I thought I'd escape that now.
We chased Skeletor to the Castle of Doom. Meow!
Oh god, no. For the power of Grayskull!
Until we meet again!
Oh Jesus, this started well.
Yeah, right? I'm sorry, I ruined it already.
Oh no, I love it.
Previously on the Empire of Ghouls campaign, we had journeyed to the Hall of Dawn to meet Captain Bone Basher.
Indeed.
It was a bit of shenanigans there in the fact that some people in the party walked very loudly, and the Hall of Dawn was meant to be a very quiet, sanctimonious place. Fish with his soft paws had no issue, but some of our party members wearing full plate had more issue. Terrence.
Yeah.
It was Terrence.
I love the fact we're just like, no, we're just saying it now.
got a few members of the clergy particularly upset at them, but there were no major consequences.
A particular small old lady.
Yes, a particular small old lady. Yeah. Then also simultaneously clattering and leading to one of those vicious cycles we talked about of more noise being made, more stones being thrown. Which made more noise, which made more stones. Anyway, that all aside, we ended up meeting up with Captain Bone Basher and his the remains of his company to travel outwards to this battlefield to collect his fallen comrades. Along the way, we had a little bit of camp, a little bit of tea time, a little bit of character development, some of which I don't remember the details of.
I want to specify something.
You can
and some goat intimidation.
Goat intimidation. Yes, there was a lot of goat intimidation and potential bestiality, which we avoided.
Tyrant put protection from good and evil on one of the animals, which made it physically impossible for Fabiano to touch the animal.
Which was amazing.
And I only wanted to pet it.
One of the best uses of protection from good and evil, from evil and good ever. Carry on, Travis.
Yep, that's fine. I will actually ask you to remind me where we are right now, because I don't actually remember the name of it. I don't think I wrote it down.
You are in Doresh.
Doresh?
Yes, the place you're in is called Doresh.
Would you spell that for me, or put it in the chat?
Doresh.
Doresh. Okay, I've seen it before then. That's how I was thinking.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that actually rarely does sound like it's spelled.
Right? It's not a drow name, so it's not DUH apostrophe RR apostrophe SHE.
And it's not some kind of other elven thing with loads of V's added for no reason.
7 extra consonants and 2 extra vowels.
Yes, this is like playing Countdown.
When we arrived at the site of the recent incident, shall we say, a couple of days prior, we had vigilant watch and quickly spotted some ghoul turn of the company coming back this direction. They had been revived somehow as undead. They were fairly quickly dispatched by our group along with several of Captain Bone Basher's men.
You killed Sven, Derek, Hilda, Hank, and Mr. Wiggles. And Brumhilda.
That's right.
Sorry, carry on.
No, that's fine. I forgot we were naming them, and I briefly forgot about Mr. Wiggles, but that was my doing.
Yeah, Mr. Wiggles is your fault.
I have no idea why, but I started calling one of them like a wiggly boy, and it became Mr. Wiggles.
Because
anyway,
he dodged.
Yeah,
I think he dodged like one hit, and it stuck in my brain for some reason. It wasn't literally anything.
No.
But Captain Bone Basher himself during this combat encounter was, from my perspective, understandably traumatized because he was fighting against his own men, zombified. This is too much trauma in one series of events for some human brains or some dwarven brains in this case.
Did just fine. Yeah, they were crying, but they actually did something.
Remind me to go to war with Lars.
It's going to be weird.
Because if the enemy starts retreating, he's just going to yell coward and continue to shoot them.
But no, after I wouldn't say quick work. It wasn't an easy fight, but it wasn't. It
wasn't too strenuous.
It was doable.
Either.
It was functional.
Yeah.
It was doable. We ended up subduing the. I'll just call them zombie threat because I don't think they're technically ghouls. So the zombie threat.
No, they're not ghouls.
And
there were a couple of ghouls though.
Oh yeah, there were.
Yes.
Re-establishing the soldiers as fallen. We'll put it that way.
Yes.
Nobody caught that clever play.
Oh, I absolutely did. Well done.
And that is where we pick up this game, is on the battlefield, just having ended initiative order and catching our breath after a short-winded fight.
Indeed. Yes, absolutely correct. Des has been here. Actually, all of you would have been here all along, so that's quite useful. Fabiano was... No. Fabiano was not in the fight, were you?
Yeah.
You were, yeah.
Des was not in the fight.
Okay, so Des has just corporated out of fucking nowhere. Probably.
Yes, it does.
I was gonna say.
That's kind of normal.
I have a story reason for this. She's a contract killer. She just vanishes sometimes.
Among creepy undead things. Among creepy vampire things.
You sort of see the vague shape of a door to what you can almost just pretty much assume is like the shadow realm just open. She's like, you've been busy.
Right. I will go over and I will put my hands on this guy to heal him.
He hasn't taken any health damage.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I mean, you healed the one guy that wasn't damaged.
I am also doing it with the next guy.
Okay, he's taken some damage.
Get a claw on them.
Which they are completely unfazed by, considering they've just killed their own people zombified. How much is your healing hands presently?
14.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's perfectly healthy. He was kind of healthy anyway. A couple of scratches and bruises, but now he's healthy, if not a little traumatized.
And now I have to stop myself from punching Brogan.
Yeah, Brogan is literally crying in the corner and whimpering and hugging Cottontail.
I'm going to... Go ahead.
Why is the dwarf hugging Aganax the Destroyer?
Well, you see the corpses around here, and I will point to the corpses next to you.
Yeah, like kind of
is there, but they got removed.
Yeah.
That was some of his former comrades. And apparently, yeah, that's my feel to it, yes, but apparently that seems to have emotional trauma attached to it.
Who knew?
A warrior that cannot handle death?
Yeah, apparently.
It's worth knowing
the coward.
During this time, the other members of his crew are collecting their fallen comrades and piling them up in sort of a funeral pyre kind of style.
Nice. I would like to rummage through the pockets of the bodies.
I would like to incinerate them.
I'm sorry, what? Which one happens first? I need to know this now.
I can't incinerate them. I don't have the right spells.
Wow, thank God for that.
I can? No.
I'm gonna be over on that rock that I moved to, keeping lookout in case there's anything else unsavory in the area.
Keep in mind that this is difficult terrain because me. So don't go there.
I went to a big rock.
Okay.
Do I find any gold in the pockets?
Let's find out. All right.
What are you doing? I don't.
You're
the dead.
You're kind of raiding the dead at this point.
Don't question it.
It is wasteful.
Right.
To burn them at the funeral pyre without taking their valuables.
I have some new roll tables, so roll a d6 first, please.
Yes, you shall have so.
I'm toying with a new loot table style.
Quattro.
So can you now roll another d6, please? You just determine what kind of item you get. Now you determine which item you get.
Tres.
Oh dear, this could be difficult to explain. He's carrying a scroll of animate dead.
Suspicious.
Yes, oddly
Unfurls
suspicious.
the scroll and starts like reading the first few lines. This one must have been given
And then you animate him.
something from his master. Fish, are you interested in dead lackeys?
He's not even interested in raiding the dead right now. I mean,
Yeah, I am not particularly into that. I believe the dead should be left to lie.
Ah, more for me then.
Suit yourself. I will be keeping watch.
I will now leave the bodies alone.
as Fabiano approaches Rogan, he seems to be coming around himself and smoking a pipe. He's hyperventilating, clearly panicking in some capacity. But he knows, yeah. every now and again, his eyes roll back when he takes too hard a hit of whatever he's doing. Instead of inhaling, he just goes, "Oh no, too much!" No, you need the long, deep draw every now and then. That's just too much. Yeah, like you're having an asthma attack.
Yes, we get it. So many gross noises going on right now. That doesn't even bother me normally, but
Occasionally gross individual.
But yes, he's literally sitting with a pipe, kind of hyperventilating something which is puffing black smoke from his pipe. It smells strangely of metal and rosemary.
Is it pipeweed?
Not-
Is it Eldrin pipeweed?
It's not. It is definitely not pipeweed. You are fully versed with the smell of pipeweed. It is not pipeweed. In fact, can I have? Can I? Right, if you. Right, are you getting close enough to inhale the fumes? First point.
Yes.
Okay. Second point. Would you like to try and identify it?
Yes.
Okay. On traveling on the first point, can you please roll a Constitution saving throw?
Usually. 16.
You get a strange sort of metallic taste on your teeth that doesn't seem to go away, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of strange effect on it. Medicine check next.
19.
Bollocks.
Ha.
Hold on, I need to open the drugs.
Which one is
You
it?
didn't count on me having a +7 in medicine.
I mean, no, I didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't count on a roll that high. He is smoking Dwarven Fury.
Dwarven Fury.
Would you like to know what Dwarven Fury does?
Yes, please. I need to decide if I'm gonna...
Fucking
Feel it.
fucking bitch. Right. I actually have like a full thing of like 100 drugs, so I can absolutely tell you absolutely everything about this drug.
Okay.
I would have just completely made it up.
Tell
Said
me-
it calms the nerve and improves erections.
I kind of wish I'd gone with that now. I kind of do.
You haven't said anything, so it's not too late to wreck on.
No, I will be honest.
I'm sure he's already looking it up.
By a dwarf? That seems kind of racist.
It's a racist drug.
Your
I
biology's
don't
man.
need something that only dwarves can smoke.
I wrote 100 drugs like years ago for Ina, and I am reusing them.
Oh,
That's
nice.
perfectly valid, I think.
There is
I
there
can-
is literally 100 drugs in a list.
Pretty much verify that you
Hey.
probably did not use all of those hundreds of drugs, so we're fine.
No, it's worth knowing these drugs are in errata, by the way. So if anyone wants them, they are there. I'm not hiding them.
So, you know, having some dwarven fury to take the edge off, I see.
Just kind of quivering, looking at you with a dead stare, with no pupils, with no iris whatsoever, just black eyes.
Hmm. This...
Roll a dex save.
No. I refuse to dodge, apparently.
He will lash out you like a crazed fiend.
I will like.
Oh, and he's not going to hit you anyway, so...
No.
As he does so, you can see something in his eyes that isn't him.
Do I know that is this particular drug carried through the bloodstream?
It is, but you wouldn't know too much about dwarven drugs, so it is carried through the bloodstream slightly.
Okay, but I wouldn't
That's
necessarily
more.
know how much.
No, and you know enough about drugs to this point to know that outbursts like this aren't generally what sort of smoked things tend to create.
Not this type of smoked thing.
Yeah, not this type of smoked thing. This particular smoked thing, no. This other one, yes.
Oh yeah, and so I dodge out of the way and very sportsmanlike.
As he does so, he mutters something without words on his lips. But in the trauma of it yourself, you really can't catch what the utterance is.
Oh yeah, so you cower behind your pack animals. Leave all the heavy lifting to your comrades who are just as traumatized as you.
I won't kill my own men again. I have done so once before. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no, I get that's why you hired us, but...
I didn't know they were coming. I didn't hire you for this reason. We were meant to come through here with no issue. Am I to know they came back?
Look at where we are and look at what you're supposed to be facing.
I have passed this way many a time, and I've not been bothered by my...
Oh, have you
Ex-comrade.
passed through a recent skirmish many a time in this particular area?
Aye, it's on the way to someone we need. And as he says that, Fish and Des, can you please roll a perception check?
Yes.
We're not. I already rolled one earlier because I was keeping out.
Yeah, I know, but an additional one for a specific reason is the only reason I say this.
I now realize I have an interesting problem here. My perceptions are disadvantaged in sunlight because vampire, but I don't
We are
rely on my
underground.
sight.
We are underground.
Well, we can also apply that to blind sight.
But aren't we underground?
We are underground, so I wouldn't be bothered anyway. 16.
I can't find the bloody handout I want. There she is.
I am paying attention to the fields and the everything. Probably not.
And
whatever
probably
happens.
the burning of the bodies, to be honest, and paying close attention to what's around you and making sure you're not being attacked again is probably what Fish's mainstay is right now.
That was my concern at the moment.
Des, on the horizon, you see a stout figure with waving hair blowing in some sort of strange breeze on the horizon,
Very dramatic.
carrying a large hammer.
Yay, it's
Are
hammer
we-
time!
Does he look dwarven?
It looks of a stout
They
figure, a stout figure enough to be dwarven. Yes.
Are we expecting any more dwarven compatriots? And this will point in the direction of this figure.
Two of the.
And you'll be amazed at the fact that she can make this out. over
Yeah,
vast
considering she's fucking
Without
blind.
blind
Yeah.
person seeing and-
Look, the
Oh,
blind
right.
person says, "Look over there. There's something." Everyone looks at you in confusion. What? They start doing the thing in front of your eyes. Can you see this?
to keep a low profile.
This is like, do you see that dwarf over there?
Miles away.
I mean, I do, but how do you see it?
Point of order:
Remember said.
purchase googly eyes for Dex.
Oh, please, yes. Every time she moves, just to go on the blindfold.
Yeah.
No, there's no
she
blindfold
just got two
anymore.
Lazy eyes just going each direction.
But there's
there is a
no.
blindfold.
You said you took it off for a while. Did you put it back on?
She used to wear a mask over the bottom half
Ah,
of her face,
okay,
and
yeah.
she's now swapped it for
No,
her
just
top
both.
half. So it's that her mouth is now visible.
But you do have blind sight, so
Yes, and tremor sense.
and tremor sense. So the fact you can find someone is not implausible, Woolies.
I mean, the rest of the party have noticed that I've been able to perceive things I can't see.
It's more like these two dwarves that haven't seen you but know you're in our party.
Yeah, just
Now
appeared
I
out of
have
nowhere.
questions.
These strange higher undead has just appeared out of nowhere as they've just slain lots of undead.
They might be having questions.
Right, now, if they weren't burning the bodies of their previous comrades, they may be more bothered by this. But yes, on the horizon you see a figure. Des has now pointed out this figure. Does anyone wish to pay attention to it, or are we going to completely ignore the blind woman, thinking, oh, she's just insane?
I'm probably won't pay attention to this at the moment.
You're too busy castigating Brogan.
Yes, Brogan.
Since I was keeping a lookout, this kind of falls to me, I think. So yes, I'd be immediately looking over at them.
So on
trying to ascertain what I could initially.
On the you can see on the horizon this individual seems to be coming towards you. She seems to be carrying a large hammer and is most definitely a dwarf. A dwarf that looks somewhat different to the rest, however. I will show you her.
Undead?
No, not undead. Why whenever I say different to the others, you presume they're dead?
Because trauma.
She looks not dissimilar to this.
I want that hammer.
She seems to be waving and brandishing the hammer in almost a friendly way rather than I'm going to throw it at you to beat you the shit out of you.
No, she's just waving with a hammer, more or less.
Yeah, just kind of waving with the massive war maul.
I imagine holding it up in like a salute, like, no, thank you, brain. And my brain just went.
you just saw Wookie.
Yeah. But no, raising it in salute.
Step no closer, dwarf.
the blind person. I'm sorry.
Which dwarf? Do all
yeah, I meant to say, which dwarf are you currently talking to? You're surrounded by 3 dwarves, 4 now.
And they don't know that you can see.
Just as she says that, she hears the dwarves behind her stop in their tracks, like, no, not you, idiots! The dwarven lady with the big hammer.
Trehild's here!
Trehild, that's her name.
Hey!
Well met, Trehild. Are you friend or foe?
I'm friend unless you don't have a pulse. And she'll brandish the hammer.
That is a difficult to answer for you.
I think if we were foe, we would know it already.
It's a valid point. Asking Des if she has a pulse.
Matter of pulse aside, are you familiar with this Brogan coward hiding behind us here?
He's not a coward. Terrible things been happening to him.
He's traumatized by the simplest things. He's a coward.
He's not a coward. If you'd seen what he's seen, you would be a coward too.
And
yeah, I realize the irony of it.
She says, if you've seen what he's seen, Des will just go. Well, anyway, what are you doing here, and why are you approaching us?
I come to meet you. Didn't they not tell you I was meeting you?
They did, but brandishing a weapon to greet someone is not exactly how I would open up a conversation.
Well, what's wrong with you? You never been in Dwarven company before?
Forgive my friend. I do not think she has been in Dwarven company before.
That thing's a friend?
Brogan?
Yes.
I mean,
she is just a little bit awkward.
But
sometimes.
death has kissed her more than most. How can it be a friend?
Death has kissed me more than most as well.
Not that, dear. But death went full drow on this one.
Excuse me? What did you call me?
I didn't call you drow. No, death went full drow. Have you never heard of a drow kiss?
Don't you compare me to those lowly part elves.
So, what was her name again before we get into the murder?
Trehild. Oh, okay. So in the meantime, Fabiano is literally dragging Brogan across. Okay, Brogan will get onto whatever the fuck we're calling the goat. To come across. No, I'm not getting into this. There are too many names for the goat right now.
And I'm the one leading it, and now it's Cottontail.
And Des will turn to him again, not seeing the goat, but just knowing it's there. Turn to the goat, pet him, and go, "That's a good one, Aganax the Destroyer."
Cottontail. Cotton milk.
Cotton milk.
Cotton milk. That's now another one.
I am getting confused here.
Yeah. You think you've got problems?
Cotton Destroyer, Aganax of the milk.
Cotton Aganax the Destroyer. Oh god. Okay.
No. So, Trehild, what
Aye.
do you owe this pleasure to?
Well, I come to meet you. Get you out of this horrible place at least. Come on, come back to the Yall with me.
Unlike some of my
why
companions,
not.
that does sound quite wonderful to me, and it is good to see you.
But you seem
Maybe
to have survived, my fellows. Here, at this, and she'll produce a large black shield that bears a symbol of the canton of Grizzle. Who would like the shield?
I'll take the shield if no one else wants it.
Yes.
I generally fight without shields, so...
Can Des even use a shield?
Yes, but it will be nothing but a disadvantage to her. She's proficient in it, but...
Like, I do have a shield already, so I don't necessarily need it. But I am closest, so I might as well.
What level is Animate Dead?
It doesn't matter. It's cast from a scroll.
Second?
It's cast from a scroll. It's irrelevant.
No, it's third, but it's just I'm adding
Third.
myself a scroll, but I wanted to add the correct scroll.
This should help. This should help you against the bloodless cretins. And she will look. She will look at Des in an apologetic make.
I'll keep a hold on this.
Not that Des knows that.
This one is a little bit special. I do not think we have to worry about our friend here.
Oh god! I realise I've just given Des ASD. She can't tell emotion anymore.
But yes, if we can get where we are going somewhere more pleasant to talk than this, and then perhaps have a bit of a sit down.
Let's just
Aye, sit down would be
have
good.
people calm their nerves, I suppose.
Aye, this may help. And she'll pull out a flask that looks strangely like a shrunken head.
Interesting.
Strange aesthetic, but interesting.
It's a flask of infinite rum. So I'm told. It came from a
Has it
strange
never run
priest in
out?
a distant land. I know it's never run out. It came from a strange priest in a
probably.
distant land. Don't know where.
Probably accurate then.
I mean, it's flesh and it's weird and it drips every now and then, but I keep it nicely held.
What does it
Never
smell
thought.
like?
The flask or the rum?
Yes.
No, you've got to pick one.
Okay, the flask is fleshy.
Yeah, it looks like a shrunken head.
What does the shrunken head smell like?
Drunken heads.
Tar.
Please say like rum.
I mean, more as in Des has extremely strong smell now.
Oh, valid point. Yes, thank you for that. It smells like tar and tanned human hide. Mixed with a... It smells like Marmite.
Oh no.
This flask smells like Taran's hats, and the content smells like something only the drow would like.
There we go.
Because the drows are from down under,
And they like rum.
and they like Marmite.
Mushroom
No,
Marmite.
they like Vegemite.
Vegemite, that's it.
How
Sorry,
dare
I
you
forgot.
insult Marmite? Marmite is an English thing, how dare you?
Mushroomite.
Oh god, no, yes, it smells like mushroomite. That is what D&D Marmite is, it's mushroomite.
Yes, it smells like Taran's hats, and the rum is something pungent that I don't think I would like.
I suit yourself, and she'll take a deep swig of it. At which point she will walk over to Brogan and just sort of pull the pipe from his mouth, kind of like how a forceful wife would do to a husband. She'll just pull the pipe away and just pour some rum down his throat. Slowly the colour will come back to his face slightly.
I don't know about you, Travis, but when you vaped quite actively, did you ever have those people that you met that were just like, "Oh, bro, let me have a hit," and they would just grab your fucking vape?
Oh, see, that would piss me off if I did.
Tend to grab things from me because I'm big and scary.
Yeah, see, I get that too.
No, like 99% of the time you'll just tell people no when they won't.
Oh,
but like,
Alden, what you're saying is you're a tiny little man that people take things from. Yes.
Yeah,
at parties,
like to be bullied.
At parties, I've been at the balcony, like hitting my vape, and someone's just been like, "Oh, let me have it," and they just like put their hand out to grab it, and I'm like, "The fuck no." Get the fuck away.
People have tried doing that with a drink and I cut them. Literally.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever tried that with me, and if they have, they haven't been successful. I don't let people grab things out of my hands, period. Also, as I said, I kind of look at I know I am not exactly a scary individual in the least sense of the least sense of the word, but I have a bit of a presence about me in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I have the same thing. People think I'm scary, but I have a presence too. I don't know if I'm scary. Maybe I'm scary.
I have broad shoulders. I go to the gym a lot. I'm big. I'm heavy, and a lot of it's muscle.
Yeah, that's it. You're quite tall and you're built. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same thing, and Lars is similarly.
Yeah. Lars has met me in person.
Yes. You're a teddy bear.
Yeah. But teddy bears are big and scary sometimes if you don't know them.
Yeah.
So I have friends that I would share my vape with occasionally because we're all friendly like that. But outside of that circle of a handful of people, nobody ever tried to grab it.
It's the equivalency of me sharing a drink. No.
No, the people that would want to grab it are usually like 18-year-olds who like got drunk and thought they were chummy with everyone.
Oh no! Kill them.
They also don't tend to hang around.
End their bloodline.
Don't kill them, Alex.
End their bloodline now.
No, I get in this vicious cycle where it's like I'm young enough that some of my friends are a bit younger, but they're young enough that some of their friends are still teenagers. So like if I get invited to like their parties or something like that, I'm like the oldest person in the room. I get along with the other like 20-something-year-olds, and then there's like those two 19 and 18-year-olds in there that are just like taking way too much space.
You're about the youngest person I know by several years. Not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're about the youngest person I know. I have a couple of like online friends that are similarly mid-20s.
Well, yeah, Ryan and Adam and me and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a couple of those too. Yeah.
But, like in person, most of my friends are within a couple of years of me. Either way.
But I'm happy to follow this woman out of the cavern system we're in.
Absolutely.
When we get to where we are going, will we have a bit of hot water? I would like to make some tea for my companions and myself.
Oh, I've missed
you as well.
Question for the
I made some very good tea a couple nights ago.
Is the shield an attunement item?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oddly, it actually isn't an attunement item.
Okay, then I'm done creating it. It's now in the loot table for D&D Beyond.
So
that's actually a really, really useful shield for where we're going. That's very good.
Yes.
Because a lot of undead have hit point reducing things.
Trahild will lead you to a small camp not far from where you currently are, and there seems to be like an old ruined building there, which seems to be some sort of tower. She'll lead you inside and sort of close the doors to some sort of sanctuary. The smell of old dusty books hangs thick in the air in this what seems to be a large study. Its walls are covered from floor to ceiling with the most bulging bookshelves you've ever seen in your life. Tomes, scrolls, loose papers are all piled on top of more books and more shelves. On the floor and on every single surface, everything is covered in either paper or book. Seems like my dream. In the few places where there are no books, there are strange, grotesque items inside. A ghoul's misshapen skull, a withered human hand, a pair of shriveled eyes floating in liquid in a glass vessel. Trihilde will sit down with her beard grey and wispy and peer over the top of her horned rims. She starts munching on a pickled egg that she plucks from a jar that sits alarmingly close to a jar of eyeballs.
Delicious. I'm eyeing the eyeballs.
Yeah, she'll sit down. As she munches through her rather... Oh, yeah, it's incredibly pungent, especially to Des. Her very well-pickled egg, and just will munch down on it as she talks to you. It's one thing that Brogan has sort of... why are you sleight of handing? Are you trying to take the egg?
Are you trying to take the eyes?
Yeah, I don't know which pick you're trying to take at this point.
I'm going to swap the jars of the pickled eggs and the eyes.
She will not notice this.
Okay.
I would like to perceive this because I was gonna go in for a pickled egg.
I mean that. Oh no! So you go in for a pickled egg and put your hand in the jar. Realize, it's strangely gelatinous.
I would like to see this because I was going in for a pickled eye.
You just create it. Pull it out. There's an eye.
So you go for a pickle. You pick up an egg. You're like, it's rather hard.
This is not what I expected.
And strangely, Fabiano says exactly the same thing.
Would you like to trade?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, I wanted one of the egg ones.
That works out beautifully, strangely.
And he
I'm
was
not sure
just like...
I will think on this for a
eye
moment.
in his mouth.
There's some strange harmony to this. I don't get why, but there is.
Yeah, because I like the idea that like they both go for the wrong
lunches.
Yeah, they would both go for the wrong jar, but they're both they have the presence of mind to look at what they're eating before they eat it. But who knows about this dwarf?
I mean, yeah, she's a bit eating it, like, but as she does her, I'm sure you got a question. Maybe you should ask away. What you looking for? Why are you down here?
Question here. Why are you eating my eyes?
I said, what? She'll look down. This is an egg.
No. Look again.
I mean, it actually is. She took the egg before you moved the jars.
I think what he is trying to say is be careful. This could be a bit confusing having the so close together.
You think that's confusing? Don't try and eat the pork scratchings. I got them from a rabbi. They're strangely fleshy. If you make them into a bag, you wrap it and it becomes a suitcase.
Are they ring shaped?
Aye, they are.
That's what. Yes. Anyway,
Des looks absolutely lost.
Yes, it seems appropriate. It's basically a jar of foreskins.
I got
you
it.
got that, yeah. I think I need
Des
to
is
say
like so far removed from that.
I mean, ironically, yes.
yeah. In many ways.
I saw you got some questions. Ask away. She'll continue to eat her egg. In the most vile way possible. She literally is eating with her mouth open. It's just you can see the sort of yolk and the white mashing between her back molars. In almost a coagulating way. We just see it going up and down with the saliva.
Des doesn't have to see this, but she can't stop hearing it.
Yeah, you can absolutely hear it. It's like a masticating cow.
So, the thing is, Mr. Coward over here...
I ain't a coward. I just don't like to kill my own men. Call me crazy
They
if you want.
weren't your men anymore.
They were my men once.
Yes, but
Fabiano,
not
he's an
anymore.
honorable fool. Just let him be.
It's just
I ain't no fool. Who the fuck are you, you blind bitch?
I don't take well to cowardice.
I might be blind, but even I can see that you've made mistakes in putting names on me.
You're blind, but I want to
Do
know.
not.
I want to know if you draw breath.
Do not continue this path.
I'll continue it if I have to. Are you one of them?
I mean,
I'm one of
I
only
am
one.
not.
She is one of us, and she is one of our companions. You have met her twice before, and you still talk to her like this.
The last time
They
she
were
spoke to me, she
perhaps.
spoke to me like a bitch. She tried to
And
be a
the
man and it failed.
At the moment,
And the-
he says bitch.
And you know that we.
Does a 27 hit Brogan?
Rape her a birthday. I'm sorry, where did the birthday bit come from?
You
Because
gave it
you
to me!
Oh shit, no! No, it is, isn't it?
I am
Gave it to
aiming...
him on his birthday.
Yeah,
I'm
it literally
going
is
to
the item I gave you
plunge-
for your birthday. Shit.
I'm going to plunge the rapier through his thumb on his
Time
left
for
hand.
Death to be assaulted by an angry man again.
Aye,
Because this has happened before.
I probably deserve that one. At least at least I wasn't raped in the night.
Oh, you're down one companion.
Also, the
I
thing is,
I saw your little wrestling match with your friend is not here. I mean,
Friends,
I could
friends is a strong word.
I could make some friction to that any night.
Friend is a strong word, and I am disgusted to hear of any of your bodily functions. All I care about right now is your thumb, and she will take the thumb and pocket it.
I have taken worse.
I do not know how to speak around this, but I am glad
And she
things have
licks the blood off of the rapier.
leveled down.
and steals one of his memories.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, from a disembodied
No.
appendage.
Oh.
Do I
No.
gain anything else than just a sweet little taste?
No. It's a thumb.
Yes, but there's blood. I mean, like, is the blood
Fine!
do anything other than just being nice?
It tastes like chocolate. Not pleasant chocolate. The kind that comes from
Nourishing.
the kind that comes from a starfish.
Now Fabiano wants one of his thumbs.
You should take better care of your diet, your blood.
I forgot to douche last night.
Well, not exactly, but sure. That might be the rum.
I will slap him with a healing hand to coagulate the blood.
Oh, okay, you're gonna staunch the bleeding.
I was just gonna say, let me just see. Yeah, you heal him back up.
Travis is completely in dismay at this point.
So, I wrote your name down and I forgot. Where did I write it?
Oh, they're clearly not
It's
important enough.
literally on top
the hill.
of the... If you go into handouts, it's the third one down.
I know. I just couldn't find it in my notes, and I'm trying to use my notes instead. So to the hill. About that hot water for tea. I just kind of gesture vaguely at what everybody else is doing. Would you like some tea?
Tea. I haven't had tea in a year. Tea. She looked oddly confused by the fact that you're offering her tea. She doesn't seem to have been around people a lot recently.
It's not made of any human or elf or orc or dwarven remains or undead.
Just a human.
Why would it
knowledge.
be? It's just tea.
It's
It's
have
just
you
herbal
and Des will
tea.
just point to the collection of fucking doodads and remains around the room.
Yeah.
I'm just making a point here.
Just a
My
nice
point is that
blend
tea
of
is
herbal
tasty, and I
tea.
would like some.
I would trust him on his tea. His tea is fantastic.
I mean, okay, tea for everyone. You'll find a jar at the back. It's covered in bandages. Put that out, it'll make fabulous tea.
It's
Okay.
going, and I just whispered to Fish, it's going to be made of skin, I promise you. Go literally put bandages on the kettle.
I was mostly. If it is not water, I am not going. I prefer my tea traditional. Let this tea, and I will wander off to the back of the room to see if I can find the weird skin jar.
I said bandages. I said bandages. Where the fuck did you get skin from?
Bandages on what? But as Fish leaves, Des will just quickly just like leave a last little notion to him. At some point, I will have to try your tea in blood.
Second jar next to the left jar with the bandages. You'll hear Trail out.
I will see. Hopefully there is enough water for everyone.
As you travel back through these cavernous walls and this library, you'll come across a small white granite jar with the head of what can only be described to you as sort of a dog on top of it, surrounded with bandages. Seems very ornate and has inscriptions in a language which you have no clue about.
That depends on the language. Is it?
No.
Okay. It's not official.
Is it
Druidic?
Is it? No.
It's Sylvan?
Just wait until I get my next invocation and I take Eyes of the Runekeeper. No.
Yes.
A language you don't understand. I have them all of them. Everything. No.
It's like the end of Indiana Jones of not Temple of Doom, the Crystal Skull. I want to know everything. Interdimensional beings, to be point of fact.
She had said it was in the jar next to the bandages.
No, in the jar with the bandages.
In the jar with the bandages. Also, do I recognize what this weird dog head is?
Oh, you can do a nature check.
No, he can't.
No,
No, I
you do
don't.
not know. It's some sort of canine creature. You can't tell quite.
I
It's the
am
band-
more
It's
proficient.
bandages and it's a year old. It could be anything from an actual dog to a wolf to a hyena or a
family member.
Either way, fish knows to
Probably
stay
not.
away.
Does he?
Yeah, I probably don't do much with dogs.
No,
Yeah.
Probably
family
wants to
member
stay away from dogs
was
as much as you can.
meant for me.
Yeah, for you,
I'm-
actually, yes.
I'm going to gently poke it just to make sure it's not animating.
No, it's solid white marble. White granite, sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was like an actual head sitting on top of it, and
no,
I was like,
the jar is molded, and then the head sits on top like a lid.
cool. That's way less terrifying.
Yeah, there's just the head of a dog sitting on top of a jar for some unknown reason.
That's what I thought.
That's also what I thought.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, no. I did not describe it that way. Like that you took it that way.
It's a head of
So-
a dog.
I'm going to just gently check and see if it looks and smells like fresh water in there. Because all I'm looking for is
Are you
water.
opening the jar?
She said it was in the jar. Yep.
Okay. I need to check what color it would be.
3 minutes ago, you told me to open the jar for, in my opinion, fresh water. Whether or not that's what she told me to do is different.
Yeah, I need to check exactly which one is the right one. Okay, inside is a strange sort of grey dust.
It is not water. And I closed the lid.
Can I go over and look at the not water and inspect it?
What are you trying to ascertain from the not water?
How much not water it isn't?
Medicine.
Yay!
You're so good at this.
No, apparently not.
It's organic from some capacity, but very old. That's all you can really discern.
Can I taste it? I would like to lick my finger, dip it down, and taste it.
It tastes like iron. It tastes like iron and pork.
And pork. This tastes like just some exotic spice. Interesting.
As fish stands there while you dip you'll lick your finger and dip it in.
I'm gonna be real. I'm already 3 steps away. I am. Is there a fire going in here anywhere?
Yeah, there's a fire in the middle of the room.
Okay, in that
There
case,
is
that's,
campfire.
I'm just gonna.
pork on the fire.
There's no
I'm just
pork
gonna
on the
go-
fire, no.
I'm just gonna forget that I ever asked her for help. I'm gonna go sit in front of the fire. I'm gonna pull out my little tea pot. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it from my water skin and start boiling water to make tea myself.
Okay.
And just start brewing some tea.
What
I
is-
will,
Sorry, Karen.
let me get some of this going for everybody.
What is Des doing during this time?
Probably just skulking.
Sucking on Brogan's tongue.
Yeah, it's like a lollipop.
Don't say it like that.
Skulking, being brooding.
I would say you're reading, but the obvious.
She'd probably just wander around looking at the shelves of just strange things.
She just grabs a book and
in
pretends to look
Braille.
normal.
Yeah, she's
There are
actually, you know what? Fuck
fucking
it.
braille hair.
She's gonna spend like a solid 30 seconds. She's like walking around, looking at the shelves, and just being like, "This is a weird lady who hasn't seen anyone for at least like 10 years." And then she'll just pick a book, open it at some random page, and you'll just see that she's holding the book upside down.
As you do so, there's just a plume of dust as you open the book.
Yeah, she like opens the book. Not books.
Oh, well, while they're doing that, aren't we... I'm not entirely clear on why we were hired in the first place. I thought we were hired as somewhat of bodyguards, but Mr. Coward over here said that's not exactly why we were hired for a situation like... And he points back, essentially.
Well, the local priest told us you were looking for the robes.
I mean... Yes.
We are looking for a few things. The robes being one of them, yes.
And clues for a certain person.
I mean, I can tell you they exist, but past that... I got the details, but past that, I can't tell you much. I can open some doors for you.
Honestly,
She does.
would
You can
all-
notice she doesn't mean that literally. She means she can get you into places.
a few more open door. This is always a step in the right direction, even if it is only a small one. I will
Right,
also
it's
ask
one.
outright: Have you happened to seen a younger tabaxi fellow of similar disposition as myself?
I saw
Recently.
a few traders with strange faces taking them to the free city of Jost. A few of them in cages. Strange,
Two of them.
a strange place it is.
Tabaxi.
It's about 20 miles past Krakavar.
I would like spellings on these.
Yeah.
Please.
I had a feeling you might. The lost city of Jost. The city of... You're gonna love this. Do you know what it's called? The city of? The city of Fish. I'm not even
Really?
I'm not even making this up either. Just the city of Fish.
Extremely fitting.
Des like pops out from the book. City of what?
Fish. She even says with the strange accent. 20 miles north of Krakavar.
I see. And the road. Would you happen to know where? And where they were last sighted?
She will sit down sort of cross-legged as if she's going to tell a story. She says, stay a while and listen.
Are you
Immediately take a
sitting
step back.
comfortably?
Yes. See, after she slew the vampire Lloyd Otmar Sallow at Jarlsberg, the brave shield maiden surrounded by a pack of slathering ghouls.
While she's telling this story, I am shape-shifting into a cat.
Okay. Adland
Also,
did
what was that about
Rude.
Jarlsberg?
Sorry, what?
What was that about Jarlsberg?
do you want me to start again?
Go on.
After she slew the vampire lord Otmar Sallow at Jarlsberg. It does sound like Jarlsberg, actually. The brave shield maiden was surrounded by a pack of slathering ghouls. Adland impaled 2 of them with a single thrust of a radiant spear, then drew a long sword to take care of the rest of them. As the fellow ghouls grabbed and clawed at her, one of them tore off part of the hem of the bright blue silken robe she wore beneath her chainmail. Sister Adeline fought valiantly, but there were just too many. The ghouls pulled her to the ground and feasted on her body. After the battle, one of Adeline's followed shield maidens survived the fight, found the scrap of the robe in the mud. She retrieved the piece of cloth and fled into hiding. Later, the faithful followers of Sif placed the holy robes into a reliquary to keep them safe. When the paladin bearing the relic came under attack from a pack of ghouls, she was able to unleash the newly awakened divine powers of the holy robe to destroy them. Since then, none know where they lay, but potentially in a temple to the Free Maiden herself.
I will like to meow at this story.
Okay. In the Three City of Justice, an electoral kingdom in court.
What could
Maybe-
you say with that tongue?
Maybe some of the knights know the whereabouts. Perhaps Queen Ursula knows where to find him. Inmates from place to place hiding in the Grand Duchy of Dornig. Jarrow Whitebeard of the Black Fortress might be privy, since it's just a few days north of Grizzle. Perhaps we should go there and maybe ask Jarrow or the court. It's long and dangerous trek into the Wolf Mark, though.
And I presume they call it the Wolf Mark because it's full of wolves.
I'd be presuming so. I've not been that far in a while.
Wolves don't scare me.
Just meowing at her at this point.
That is more like it.
Meow.
Fish being like, your accent is terrible.
Yes. How dare you do this in such a terrible tongue? Learn your accents before you talk to me.
And
Alright, so you're
I
saying-
would like to.
Right, so you're saying there's a shrine to the Shield Maiden Paladin, and we have to go through a treacherous woods and...
Would you like the whole story?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Because
there
I'm-
was a lot of names and a lot of places.
And none of us can keep attention.
And there was a lot of accent.
Yeah, it was very good. I just kind of.
I'm
I'm
happy that the accent was decent. So
It was good.
It was a good accent. It was just like I was focusing on that and the words you were saying.
yeah.
I was listening to it, getting the gist of it, hoping you would paste it later because there was 100 words in there that I didn't know.
I mean, I always paste later. You know this. I play
Yeah, I know.
play in a group of ADHD people. I paste everything,
Yeah, it is super useful.
and even Ina likes of her notes.
Radiant Spear. That sounds interesting.
Fabiano, what's the Radiant Spear?
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is we need to get to this city of fish and
Yes.
speak to the Holy Order. They believe they
I
may
I
have
mean I
leads.
mean the Holy Order works in secret. Talking to them may be a bit of an issue.
Right,
We can try.
the priests at the temple.
Priest, have you spoken to temple priests lately?
Unfortunately, yes.
They've undergone some kind of revolution. They're all money-grabbing assholes.
Meow.
That is not. How is that different than things always have been?
Why do I feel like Fabiano is mocking right now in cat?
Meow.
I mean, that'd be true, but something strange is going on.
I did not catch any more hint of corruption than normal, but often they can be good places for information. That said, I think I may know a couple of people up in Just, so I can, perhaps they are still in town.
Didn't pick up any hint of corruption from the priest that was trying to sell you everything.
No, plenty,
That
just
was
not
fake.
more than normal. Just not more than normal.
I was saying this in meows, so fish will understand.
I like the fact that your meowing is probably awful, so Fish is slightly insulted by it.
I am a
The first thing I did
canine.
was yell at him.
I'm more into barking.
Oh, that says so much right now. We all just lost a little bit of respect for you right there.
You can tell that Fabiano's cat is a little off.
His dog's wonderful, but his cat's a little rusty.
Yeah. Mhm.
He's good at dogging, not catting.
May I request a 5-minute break?
Yes, you may request one.
Thank you. Because toilet.
You were.
Ghouls, we are back with the ghouls.
The vampire.
Indeed.
Ghouls and vampires and cats. Oh my!
I'm so glad you did the oh my bit. I really am.
I would like to keep insulting fish's entire culture by keep meowing.
I'm passing tea around.
And ignoring the meowing or hearing the meowing?
I will do the typical
Ignoring
cat
it, but...
thing, and if you give me tea, I am going to just...
No, you're not. You're not getting one because you're insulting my ancestry.
What you don't understand, cats. For what you think you're saying, please give me tea. It's literally, you bastard, stop fucking my wife. Your cat is so bad. Yeah.
Is your mother with that mouth? Actually, you probably don't.
No,
Why
no,
am I even asking?
don't.
No, he kisses Tarrant's mother with that mouth.
That
Do
I
not.
do.
No.
No.
If you learn to sit, you sit like a civilized person, and then I give you the tea. Otherwise, you get no tea.
And
And
I
I'm
will
gonna reach over you and pass it to Des.
Literally straight in front of you.
And I will
Over,
do the
'cause he's in a
opposite.
cat,
I will
apparently.
do the opposite of sitting
Grazie.
like a civilized person.
He goes to cat spreading, just legs akimbo.
Then I stop
Oh, yeah.
licking my balls.
Do you know how cats kind of
Cats-
sit with their legs in front of them, with their front legs in front of them, and their other legs splayed out? Yeah.
And the tail just going straight up in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
This one is for you, and I will hand
Just-
a glass of Ultrahild.
The thing is, I am incapable of having a tail when I morph into an animal.
Oh, what's those cats?
Incapable?
What's those cats without a tail? There's a name for them, isn't there?
There's bobcats.
No, not those. There's another cat that doesn't have a tail. I mean, probably Bobcat is the most appropriate one for Fabiano, to be honest.
Probably.
I
Actually,
am
yeah.
a very large cat.
You are a very large cat,
That would
and
be
you
a
do have an
Bobcat.
attitude problem. So it's
Yeah.
it's either Bobcat or Coyote. I mean, it's one of the two at this point.
The coyote is the canine counterpart to my bobcat.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
each both have attitude problems, unless you're a raccoon.
Yes.
So you can't have a tail, so you're not a raccoon. You're not a trash panda.
Yeah.
That would be too lovable.
And
Passing on the-
when he's not a bobcat, he turns into a forklift. Anyway.
Bravo.
What?
Well done. Way to get a powered tool reference into this.
This one is a spiced cardamom blend, so I hope you like your floral notes, along with a little bit of chai for the base. Not chai. It's,
Ironically,
green-
please don't say chai,
forgot.
because the Indians will hate us if we say chai tea. We cannot do that.
You're literally saying tea.
Yeah, we cannot do that.
It's the same with
No,
non-bread.
it is matcha. That's the thing. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, is
matcha.
it green matcha or blue matcha?
green?
Okay.
So green matcha base with some spice and some cardamom, just giving this kind of floral blend, and I'm just passing out a small glass to whoever wants it.
Matcha's a
It
weird
is hot
thing.
and it is ready, so
It's hot and
it
it's
is-
ready. Please rephrase that in some way.
Fabiano will in
It goes
cat
right
form
off the
go
stove,
over
so be
and
careful.
just lie on top of Cottontail.
Just sort of stretching.
Mm-hmm.
I love how in a conversational RP moment, Fabiano just turns into an animal that doesn't speak.
It is less damaging for the conversation.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, but...
that's probably true.
Trehelt,
Aye, lad, whatever the hell you are, you pulseless
how
thing.
long have you been down here?
Holla?
How long have you been lonely?
How long have you been alone? How long have you been without friends and family? How long have you been with these books and mushrooms as your only company?
Yeah, she slams the book closed.
Yeah, there is literally a plume of dust as you do that.
Yes, I love books. I read them all the time. How? No,
She
seriously.
says, putting the upside down book on the bookshelf.
How? No, seriously. How long have you been down here? I mean, I'm just wondering. Has it not been?
No.
What do they say? Lonely?
I've got the books, and And the specimens, it's not only down here. I know.
Yes, and she will you won't be able to follow her eyes. But
Because
she will
you
look
can't.
over.
She hasn't got any fucking eyes.
she looks over the specimens like, yes, I see.
Really? I see is how you phrase it.
Yes.
Rahil, I think I would agree with this, that you may do better finding a bit of community. So if you have friends or acquaintances around here, it would be good to have maybe a game night or a tea night.
Or I don't know.
Are you literally suggesting a game night? It's a trails.
Community is important.
I don't know.
Knowing those around you
Someone
is
of your
important.
skills, maybe you should move back to the city.
I don't like the city. It's too busy for me. Too many smelly dark elves. Too many disgusting priests.
I agree with you on the priests there.
Deliberately avoiding the dark elf comment.
But I'm more.
To be honest, it's worth knowing that Des literally is like basically colourless and pale, so dark elf is
Yeah.
really you can't be applied to anymore.
white hair, paisley skin.
Yeah, you're like an albino.
Yeah. No, I'm simply it's only I just. Well, I mean, you could make a great apothecary with all of these collections, or you could perhaps start an alchemy shop.
I
I'm
did that
thinking,
once.
I think-
My husband died. He ate one of the cures that was meant to keep him. How do we put this? Going till the 7 moons, but unfortunately, it lasted for several hours, and he never regained blood flow to his brain.
The truck stop burner pills will do that to you.
Aye, they will.
Well, anyway, and you mentioned this
Avoiding the fact that her husband died.
lovely conversation, but I do have another question.
Screw what you want. I'm moving on to my next thing.
Could you tell us? I'm not from around here. Could you tell us
Clearly.
something about Queen Ursula?
Yes,
You mentioned something about her kingdom.
I only know her name, really. Perhaps that's... I'm afraid you don't know much. As you can tell, apparently I've been here alone and lonely for so long. I don't know anything. Maybe I should have a game night.
No, I just think companionship would be good for you.
Regular game nights at home. It was just an idea. They are fun.
Meow.
Do they not have fun in these countries?
Meow.
I don't care what you think a game night is, Fabiano. You should be quiet at the moment.
Meow.
That is not the kind of games we are talking about.
And you see Fabiano gets slightly sad.
Yeah, Fabiano's ideas of what's that freaking cooking show at the moment? Not the cooking show.
Overcooked?
No, the
No.
Oh,
the one where all the the film where all the guests die at the end. I think it's Liam Neeson. It's called.
I have no idea.
That was a
Out?
very different
No, Knives
direction.
Out?
Because I was thinking Masquerade of the Red Death.
No.
I know the one you're talking about, though. It's like, it's not Get Out. That's a different one. It came out recently, though, only a couple years ago, right?
The Menu.
There we go.
Yeah, where
It
everyone
was the one where they all flew to like the resort, and
they're all super rich, and they're all super rich, and they know that it's going to be their last meal because they're going to die or be killed. One of the two.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe it's not the one I'm thinking of. Interesting.
I'm thinking of a different one. Okay.
I'm thinking of a different one. It ended
Alden
up in
can't
some kind
hear
of
us.
weird, like, murder hostage.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Hey!
it's
Just
Theme
just-
of things.
I got very mad a few days ago, and this, which is the pad of my headphones that is supposed to sit on my head, broke off.
Is this Valorant related?
It might be.
It is then.
Yes.
This is the
So-
childhood equivalent of saying maybe.
So, here's what it's supposed to look like. Here's what the other side looks like.
Ah. See, I don't have that. I've just got like a metal band that goes on top and then
Yeah, I mean, I've got new headphones coming in April anyway. I ordered them a while back. And he's like, I can click it back into place, but the moment I put it on my head, it gets loose.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
Don't break things during Valorant. Your name is not Freddy.
But yeah, my new headphones should be coming on the 3rd of April.
Alright.
Yes. She is quite happy to be where she is, but she's not necessarily insulted by this conversation. She's not enamored by it in any way, but she's certainly not insulted by it. You get the sense it's like the first time that someone's kind of
You should try harder.
Would you point us in the direction of how we can get to the wolf mark?
I can do better than that. I can. See, 2 days' travel from here is the Black Fortress. It'll keep you safe from the Dronig and the Blood Kingdom till you can reach Krakovar. Then through that you might reach the Free Kingdom. I was shocked. I was just...
The City of Fish.
So,
The City of Me.
I literally didn't make that up, though. It literally is the City of Fish, so that's just too perfect.
So Kingdom of Blood, Krakovar, Wolfmark, Free City. Okay.
We are chasing down several leads at the moment.
I mean, there's a lot of names right now, isn't there?
Yes.
Fabiano
It's
would
a
like...
lot of, I don't want to go there, I don't want to go there, and I don't want to go there, but I could see myself being there.
Fabiano is stepping down from Cottontail and starts climbing death.
As a
cat. This has held me in cat form before.
I mean, is Des willing to at this point is the question we have to ask.
Des is willing to be climbed, but will not hold you, so you have to just perch on her shoulders, and she's not making any attempts to make it easy for you.
Oh, okay.
Title of his sex tape.
So, I have a...
I'm so sorry, it was in my head, I had to say it. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Do you happen, Hill, do you happen to know why Joss is called the City of Fish? I obviously it is not for me, but I am curious just the same.
Hey, it used to be a city of fishermen. Simple as that. Used to be a humdrum city sound, before it started being raided by the Reavers. It asked for aid and then slowly grew into a kingdom. It's kept the name ever since.
Do you know if there is still a thriving fish market there?
I believe there is a bustling trade in ordinary things and things beneath the counter, at least.
It is the perfect city for me then, because I do like both of these things.
Aye, it's the perfect city to trade goods and persons too.
To trade and to fish.
Good.
And also with the persons, but we will remedy that shortly.
We can
So,
trade people.
2 days to the Black Fortress then.
Aye, yes. I'm afraid I shan't be coming with you, and Brogan needs to go back to the... Well, he's a wasted space anyway. He needs to go back to the captain.
Yes.
Well, how about you accompany him? I think he needs it.
I'll be taking him back to the captain.
Yes.
That is good.
She's becoming more and more butch as we go along, isn't she? I really am trying to focus on trying to do female voices, but it's very hard for me.
Mm-hmm. It's a dwarf. It's fine.
And yeah, it's a dwarf. She has a fucking beard, for Christ's sake. She's literally an older dwarf with a wispy beard, is how she's described, and greying hair.
Now, regardless of game night or anything of that sort, do you mind if we stop back by and have tea again if we are in the area?
I know, you're always welcome. Bring a fish.
Perfect. I will do. Would you like one? I still have 2 more dried herring.
I know, and she'll point to a large rack covered in an assortment of creatures among the fish.
Ah, would you like a few more?
I know, I got enough.
Okay. Understandable. But I do look forward to replenishing my supplies.
Aye, but
It's been a while since we've been near running water.
I wish you well on your travels, and I hope to. Well, I'd say I hope to see you soon, but coming back this way is probably not the best for anyone's health.
May our paths cross again someday.
Aye, may
Thank
they.
you for your hospitality.
I have no intention of crossing paths with her again.
Outside or right in front of her?
Just like
Yeah.
sort of whispering it, but not making a strong attempt to hide it.
She's not particularly fast by either way, really.
She and Des does not have the greatest vibe anyway, so
No.
Des doesn't care what she thinks.
So it is only, I don't think it's just yet even midday. Should we go ahead and continue on? And get a good half days on the way to this Black Fortress?
I mean, either way, sun is not setting or rising in this place.
I mean, yes, but we are setting and rising still occasionally.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, but sure. I shall follow
Do you
your...
not sleep since your incident?
No, not really.
Interesting. Well, many of us still do, I believe.
To your benefit,
To
your benefit, it means I can at least take a protective stance when we are making our rests.
We can rest easy.
Yes.
Good. Good to know.
I
So,
mean,
either way,
unless you're afraid of being kissed in the middle of the night, yeah.
So,
Either way,
Catriano,
I am fine with traveling any direction you want right now.
So, Beeline... No, that one doesn't work as well. Catriano, shall you come with us?
Meow.
Yes or no is fine. Yes?
Meow.
Your mother, he says.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smells of elderberries.
I think it is close enough. His body language says yes, even though his words do not.
His mind is telling me no, but his body is telling me
I mean,
yes.
Jess will just start trotting in the vague direction of where she said the Dark Castle will be.
Dark Castle. It's
Sorry,
become,
Black Fortress.
I bet so. Yeah, it's really become much more nefarious now. You phrased it that way.
The Black Fortress. So she will just start walking in that direction. And seeing as Fabiano is on her shoulders, like she's not making any attempts to like give you a space to perch, but she will just let you be there.
I mean, I'm somewhat holding on, more or less just to be annoying.
Once we get outside, I'm going to do something. I'm going to pull out one of the kobold trinkets that they gave me, that I purchased, which is a weird little water bottle.
And I am instantly afraid
Of kobold trinkets?
of you handling kobold trinkets.
Oh, I'm going to open it up and pop the cork off of it, and it kind of goes with water. So
Yeah.
there's just a little fountain of water coming out, and I'm just going to refill my water skins from it, tighten it back up, put it back in my bottle, or back in my...
Fabiano will leap down from Des's shoulder and start licking the water sprout as a thirsty cat.
Yeah, I have fresh water right for you. Here. Come on.
It's like giving
That's not-
your pet water at this point, really. It's
Does
just
anybody
weird.
else need some water? One of the interesting things these kobolds get, basically an endless water bottle. I think they meant it for pranks, but it is also useful for water. I think they meant it for more like this, and he squishes it, and it squirts water all over Fabiano.
Des is not stopping for this, and we'll just keep going.
Do you not drink water anymore?
I do, but I'm not thirsty right now.
I refill my water skins. It is more convenient. Suit yourself. It was merely a kind offer. I'm gonna pack it up and put it away then.
And taking it there are people missing, are we all okay to stop there? Because we're going to move on to
Yeah.
another piece then.
Yeah.
Does that seem fair?